Okay, we're out here in this hot sun looking at this T-top. I got multiple things going on right now. I'm waiting for some parts and things to come in for the Panga, so I'm going to get started on this T-top. We're making a hard top for this. The old canvas top is rotted. I don't want to reuse that, and they're pretty proud of them canvases, so we're just going to make a hard top for it. I've already taken my measurements, and from side to side I'm going to be a little over 6 feet, and then from back to end I'm going to be a little over 8 feet. So what we're going to do here, it's going to be a little bigger than one sheet of plywood is in width anyways. So I've got some 1/4 inch plywood here, nothing special, and we got to join two pieces together side by side. So what I've done, I've took my straight edge here and marked a line all the way down, and I think it's just about 2.5 inches. And you can see I've already marked off, and what I'm doing is I'm going to be marking off every 4 inches here all the way down. And just taking my square here, I already got my 4 inch marks line, and we're just going to mark them down all the way down. And we're going to do this all the way down this board, and then every other block we're going to cut out. So this one's cut out, not cut out, not cut out, not, and we're going to do that all the way down. And then on the other piece, we'll lay this on top of it, and we'll cut out the opposing blocks. So the two pieces will lock together in them 4 inch blocks. Just think of it, puzzle pieces are always stronger. I could join it edge to edge. It's not strong, you know. Many layers of fiberglass later, yeah, but that's always your weak point. By locking it together in these teeth, these puzzle pieces, it'll be strong as one. Obviously, we're going to glass it together in there, and I'll get to that point. Let me finish marking this out, and we'll get the other piece in here. I'll show you how we cut it and make it fit. Okay, no great mystery here. We're just going to cut out every other block. Every other block. So this is 2.5. Okay. You get the idea. I'm going to cut this all the way down. Now that we have our two boards laid out, you don't need a tape measure or a marker or a square or anything anymore. We're just going to take these two boards and we're going to pull this one up over top of the other one. I'm going to line up our inside cut line right here. Right there, you can see it just coming to view there. Make sure I'm squared on the ends. Okay, this looks good on this end. Let's check the other end. Okay, we're going to snug this end up just a little bit here. There we go. So here's our piece. This has got to fit in everywhere you see. So all we're going to do now is we're just going to mark these out. And this is what we're going to cut out on the opposite board. So now this piece will fit into that piece, and on down the line. Now we've moved this back up to the saw table. And just a good rule of thumb, you know we got to cut out the squares. But just for yourself, keeps you out of trouble, always put a little X on the part that you're cutting out. You know, God forbid, you just start cutting, you get carried away. Next thing you know, you're cutting out a spot you're not supposed to. Put an X in there. You know you're doing it right. Little things like that make a difference. Let's do some cutting. That's my kind of puzzle piece right there. These are the puzzles I know how to do. One piece fit together. Made sure it was tight all the way across. No problems. Got my piece of visqueen underneath it all the way across. I got another piece to put on top. I got two pieces of CSM. 1.5 ounces will be plenty, just to run the distance all the way across. So let's mix up some resin. We'll be using ISO for this because we're going to be layering and layering and layering and layering and layering. We want to just keep on going. Okay, we've mixed up 1/4 of resin I don't want to do any more than that. We're still dealing with this heat. As always, we're going to wet out our wood first. We're going to work kind of fast here. We got to get this done. I only use 7 cc's, as I said, in this 1 quart. You know, a lot of times you'd use 10, but not with this heat. So we're just going to wet this out really good all the way across. Let it soak in. By the time we get back from the other end, it'll need more. And we'll lay out our cloth, work that in. I got a piece of visqueen already ready to lay over the top. And wait till you see what I got to hold it flat. I was having a hard time finding this 2x4 that wasn't warped on me from sitting around. So we found something. We sure did. I'm working right past my head right here. Hey, nothing spectacular here. We're just wetting this out. We're not trying to be pretty. We're not going crazy. We're just getting it wet. I cut out my piece. I didn't cut them out. I tore them out. Roughly about 1 foot wide. You know, this, like I said, what we're doing here doesn't have to be pretty. It just has to hold this together. And if some extra resin drips in between these little cutouts, that's fine. Okay. All right, you get to see what's going on. Got my material here. I'd like to roll it up. It just makes it easier to deal with when it comes time to lay it out. A little wider than 1 foot, it looks like. That's all right. That's all right. Okay. Now we're going to wet this in. Usually you don't want to put too much resin in, but when you're going over wood, or even people don't realize if you're glassing over Coosa or Divinysil, it really does soak up a lot of product. You know, put it on a little wet right now because it's going to keep on soaking in. You'll see by the time I get back to this other end, this will all look dry. I'll have to go over it again because that wood will soak it up. It's very porous, of course. We're getting in there good now. Yes, sir. Okay, I try to always use tools that everybody would have so it'd help you guys a lot. And this is a tool you might not have. I couldn't find a straight 2x4. I've got these big aluminum sawhorses that I use for when I'm working on airboats. Well, I just couldn't think of nothing better. Five-gallon pail of resin in the middle, just for good measure. Okay, there you go. That's how you join 2 pieces of plywood together. Puzzle piece, resin together, 1 layer of cloth. I may put a layer on the other side, or I might just start building. This will be very solid. And then, of course, take your 8-foot aluminum sawhorse that I'm sure you have around and weight it down so it dries flat. I hope this helps. Have a great day.